God over money, time ticking, my time ticking. I ain't even had fries with the Popeye chicken. I ain't even had sides. I was high five licking at the crib on the couch with the Wi-Fi tripping.
What up, what up? What's going on? It's your boy Marcel Hall. Thank you for listening to the Hallway Podcast. As usual, we talk about sports, hip-hop, life, kingdom, you name it. Whatever's going on in the news, we talk about it. Today, we want to introduce a new segment to the Hallway Podcast, and it's called Sprinkle Me.
Sprinkle me, man. 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 Sprinkle me, man.
What we're going to be doing with this segment here is sharing some wisdom that has been shared with me that I'd like to share with you. It's very similar to my Dropping Jewels, okay? And if you're looking for the latest Dropping Jewels episode on YouTube, it will be coming out soon. But let's get to it. Let's talk. Let's go ahead and sprinkle you with some game here. And this comes from an incident that happened yesterday. I'll try to be brief but help you understand the situation. We have a potluck after church, number of families hanging out, chilling, having a good time. Me and some of the dads, we go ahead and play bocce ball. I know I probably shouldn't have said that out loud. Some people might try to beat me up. Bocce ball, I know most of y'all don't know what that is. I didn't know what it is. We'll talk about that on another episode of the podcast, okay? All right. But anyhow, me and my boys, we're over here playing, okay? Women and the kids are somewhere at the playground. Karina, my wife, she's over at the playground. A couple of the kids, including one of mine, they're on the slide. I guess one of the little boys from another parent who wasn't involved with this couldn't go up the slide or didn't want to go up the slide. I'm not really sure what happened. But his mom goes and gets onto the slide and begins to yell at my daughter and her friend and another kid that was with us. That's right, I said that, yeah. Started to yell at the kids and then start to approach them. My wife sees this. Oh, no. She goes over there. She checks the lady. She has some words to share with the lady. Thankfully, she caught herself. She only lost her Christianity for about 45 seconds. She was able to catch herself. Nobody got hurt. Scene kind of dies down. But it led me, after I heard about this, to think, you know what? We need to sprinkle society with a little bit of game here. We need to share some wisdom here, okay? And here's what it is. You need to watch who you yell at. Yeah, you need to watch who you yell at. Because if you think that you can, or you are for some reason thinking that you are going to do this, let me help you out. You don't yell at crazy people.
That's right.
Okay? You don't yell at the person who's talking to himself. Don't do it. Don't do it. You don't yell at the person who looks like they're having a bad day and they're waiting to take it out on somebody.
That's right.
You don't yell at people who have thug life tattooed on their forehead. You don't yell at people who have a weapon in their hands. You don't yell at your boss right before you ask for a raise. You don't yell at the man behind the DMV counter because you know what will happen then. You don't yell at people cooking your food.
That's right.
You need to watch who you yell at. Because if you're thinking about this or you think that you can yell at anybody, let me help you out today. Because there's a number of reasons. Obviously, people are crazy. Just in general, people are crazy. You can have some bodily harm caused to you. You can have some bodily harm caused to you by yelling at the wrong person. In addition to potentially getting a fat lip, you can get sued. In 2020, people are getting sued for everything. But let me help you out with something so important. You need to watch who you yell at, because don't you ever yell at someone else's kids, especially when their parents are around. You don't even talk crazy to people's kids, let alone yell at them. You can't talk crazy to people's kids. There are helicopter parents, there are lawnmower parents, and these parents are off the hook. Now, unless you're a coach, can you maybe get away with a little bit of yelling? But even then, you better watch out. I know when we were in Pop Warner, man, we used to almost get cussed out by our coaches. Different time. I don't think that would work out today. I think they would have gotten fired. But you don't talk crazy to people's kids, let alone yell at them. You can't tell a parent these days that a kid shouldn't be in honors, shouldn't be in the GATE program, shouldn't be starting on the team. You don't do that because you don't know what could happen. Try telling a parent that their kid isn't getting to a GATE program, isn't getting honors, and see what happens. And that's if the kid has bad grades. Doesn't even matter. That's how real it is. I don't know if you know this, but teacher conferences are totally different nowadays. Teachers carry tasers for parent-teacher conferences. That's right. They are strapped with tasers just in case it goes down. Because this is how wild and real it is out here. If you can't tell little Johnny that he can't sing solo, why would you think that you can yell at someone's kids? Watch who you yell at. And let me help you out. Let me help all my people out, everybody listening. Don't ever yell at some minority women. Okay? Don't ever yell, especially some minority women who are from around the way. Okay? I'm from around the way, so I can say all this. You start yelling at some Latinas, you asking for it. I can say this, my wife's a Guatemala. But if you start yelling at a Latin woman's kids in front of her, you better start praying. And don't let them start speaking Spanish. Oh, no. If they start speaking Spanish, you better run. You better run. You better pray. You better hop up on that phone and call 911 ASAP. And don't ever yell at don't yell at the kids of a sister. You know what I'm talking about. My sister's sisters. Because a sister might shank you. Because if the neck moves, if the earrings come off, you in trouble. Nothing anybody can do for you. Nothing. You have sealed and signed your death certificate. You don't yell at people's kids. You just don't do that. People are crazy. People are wild. But you cross that line and you start going over to some minority women, you in trouble. Now look, I believe Caucasian women, they'll get mad too as well. And anybody from around the way, it's going down. But boy, oh boy, I tell you, you start messing with my Latinos or my sisters, protect your neck. Protect your neck. I hope you had life insurance. Now, if you don't want to go viral, if you don't want to be on YouTube, you don't want to be on World Star, then watch who you yell at. I'm just sprinkling you with some game. It's your boy, Marcel Hall. Tune into the next episode of the Hallway Podcast. It's official.